Hey everyone, Brendan here, back with another video, and I wanted to look at components. And of course, we don't have components in bricks yet. They're coming in 2.0 apparently, but I wanted to look at Cwicly components today, and they've done a really good job with them. So I'm not like a huge user of Cwicly. I just kind of been trying it out, but I figured I would kind of familiarize myself with the workflow of components and see kind of what I can do with that so that I'm ready when they come out with bricks. So that sounds interesting. Stick around and like and subscribe. All right. So we've got a frame here. A couple frames. We got a frame, just super basic intro alpha. This is in bricks. We've got for a features section alpha with an intro, which is actually intro echo, and then feature grid alpha with feature card alpha. So we're gonna try and see if we can get kind of this to this point in quickly. Um, Forgive me, I'm going to be kind of hunting around a little bit for stuff because I'm not super familiar with the UI yet, but we're going to figure it out. So, a couple things. I have automatic CSS installed in here, and if you are going to do that, there's an article um, the on their website. If you just Google Cwicly ACSS, you want to make sure you install this in the correct order. Don't be a chump like me and do it in the wrong order and then have to delete stuff. Do it. So it's pretty simple. It'll only take you 5 minutes. So once that's done, and you don't need it or anything for this video, I'm just trying it out. So let's jump in. First thing we have is our navigator on the right side, like in bricks, and our styling on the left here. So let's get started. So we have a section, we have a container, and let's build the intro alpha. So in this container, let's add a heading, some text, and some more text. And this is my heading text. This will be an accent heading. And then this is my shorter description. It's not long as a long, as long as a long description. Okay, so what do we need to do? We need to, let's go ahead and also wrap these in. I'm gonna wrap the accent heading in a div as well, and I'm going to add an icon. And let's move the icon up here. Let's change the flex direction to that, and let's just do column gap. No, column gap of gap XS. Does that do anything? Space XS. Grid gap. Oh, that does something. Oh, it's probably gap dash dash XS. Uh, dash dash gap dash XS. No? Okay. Space XS. Okay. Let's just keep it there for now. We don't need to really style too much here, I don't think. I need to. Okay, so this is flowing down. Can we change this order to -1? That'll put the accent heading at the top. Let's go ahead on the container and center everything. And we will come down to the paragraph text and put that typography centered as well. And on the container here, let's do a little gap. Layout, row gap of space M. Okay, so that'll gap everything out. That's nice that it has the automatic variable expansion option. Okay, so that is the start of it. What else can we do here? We can leave it like this for now, and let's start componentizing it. All right, so what do we need to do? We need to right click and create component, and we'll call this intro. And now that comes up with some other options here to modify the component. So let's start adding some settings here. Let's make another style. So this will be centered. So this will be like our default style. And then let's add a new style called left align. And let's make another one called like grid uh, 3 2 or something like that. I don't know. It's going to be like this section here, which is like 3 2. So we'll see how we can get that set up. So this is just the presets that let you kind of toggle through them. We'll assign styles to those after. So, but let's add some properties. These are the things that are going to be allow us to override the content that's in the component. So this will be heading text. Let's just grab that and oops, come back to edit the component, come back to here. We'll just put this as the default and the placeholder and the canvas, all that stuff. You can do advanced for dynamic. Maybe I'll check that out later. Okay, so that's fine. Let's just keep making our things. This is going to be our accent heading. And then we'll just put that as the placeholder, default, and the canvas placeholder. What else? What else? We have regular. I guess here is description text. Oops. Let me copy that. Copy that. Okay, and we'll just keep it nice and simple. All right. So that is that's probably the all the other. That's the only components we need for the intro there. So now we need to assign them. So we're still in the edit mode. You can see here. And we need to assign these three to these three components. So let's go to the heading. And on the content, we're going to have the heading text, connect. And on the paragraph, we're going to have um, this is the accent heading. So let me connect that. And oops. And on the paragraph, this is like the description. And let's put the content for the description text in there. All right. So those are all three connected. You can see actually it's changed my description text to the longer the shortened version of just the name. In fact, so I'm gonna actually change that. Canvas placeholder. Let's see. Description text is longer than a heading, and we're just gonna oops copy that a couple times and put that as the placeholder text. Connect. Is that going to show up there is the question. So description text, connect. Nope, I guess default text. Let's do it that way. That's fine. Okay. So there we go. It shows up in the canvas. Then the other thing. So we have all those three connected there for our intro. Um, what else can we do there? We can modify the component. Probably want to put an icon in there as well. Icon and come to the icon, and for the icon I can come status is on, and then this little component here, kind of hard to see. I'll zoom in a little bit. That is the little component icon, same as Figma. I can click that, and there is my drop down for icon, and it will pick up whatever icon we put in there. All right, so perfect. Let's see what we have here. So that is a component, and if we exit, we have see how we intro component. We can come to our components here and add another one, and it is the same thing. Let me delete that real quick. If I do, sorry, component, and there we have also the fields here. So this heading 2, there's my accent heading, and blah, 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 blah. There's my description text, and I can choose my icon, which is pretty cool. If it worked. I don't know, maybe it doesn't, it's not showing up. Maybe I didn't give it a height or something like that. Yeah, anyway, you get the idea. So there is the component. Now, what else can we do? We can add additional styles. As I said, we have the left align. Let me spell align correctly. How this works is I can go into the style tab of any component and assign which one I'm working on, and then do the styling, and it will apply to that style preset. So I come to the container here, and I come to the layout, and I can let's see. Oh, I need to go to the design tab, And if I go to left align, and then I go to the layout tab, and then I go to um, align flex start, and I can come down to the description, and on the typography, I can align that over that way. We could give it, what else we could do? We could do, that's font size. Let's do size of this to be like 60 characters, 50 characters, and that's good. And this is only applying to this left align property here. Again, if I go back to center, all my stuff is centered. I'm also going to do like 50 characters on that. Well, I go back to my left align, everything's left align there. So, I mean, it's similar to classes in that sense. But anyway, whatever, we're just checking it out. So that is working well. Let me come also to my div here, give it some beautiful, beautiful padding here and some background color. The other thing I have here, you'll see I've got my selection of ACSS colors. Got my transparencies, wonderful. And I can come to my padding and do like repadding. Wish they had a lock opposite sides. That would be cool. My paragraph text, I can come and put size text s. Okay. So yeah, all my variables work from automatic CSS. So that's pretty cool. So I've got my various alignments there. That's left align. We've got center. Now let's do the grid. So grid is pulling in the base styling. So now we can override it. So layout, let's do like grid, 2 columns, I guess. And oh, I think I need to wrap these in another div. So let me just put another div in here and put the heading in there, put that div in there. And that will look a little better there with my wonderful. So now this needs to, oh, okay, well, but oh, this probably needs to flex down like that. Yeah, okay. And then it'll respect the order property. So great. So then we've got um our text and we basically have a 2 column grid here. Let me change this here to like, I don't know, 3 and 2. And what else do we need to do here? We need to make sure this text is, again, we're still on this grid 3, 2. That text needs to be, oh, let's just go to typography and do it that way, like that. So yeah, now we've got 3 different intros with a single source of HTML and a single source of CSS. In fact, now that I've wrapped this in the div, I need to come here, and I need to put this back, layout. Oh, why is this not, I don't know why that's not working. Do I need to still come here and do flex down and do -1? Okay, sorry about that. Once you put stuff in the div, then you gotta change your stuff again. So you get the idea. We've got 3 different intros. We've got our center. We've got our left align. In fact, we need to do a little bit in here, left align, flex start, and we've got our grid. Okay, and gotta change some of this grid again. Flex start for the grid. Okay, there's grid, intro, center. All right, so that's one single component, which is pretty cool. So let's save that. And I think also you can put components within components. So if I wanted to, I'm going to add another div here. And let's see, how can I do this actually? Let me close that. Let me edit the component and let me add a div. We'll add a div, and then this will be CTA wrapper. And let's put 2 buttons in there. One of these is a button. Hello? Oh, button. duplicate, get started, and one more are my buttons. Let's use automatic CSS and add a class. Let's do button action. And we'll click on this one and do button action, and we'll do button outline. Okay, and then we'll put some space in here, I guess. Layout. Oh, we'll need that in the column gap. And let's go ahead and center these. Yeah, so then I believe I can just make a component out of these, and this could be CTA. And within that, I could then go ahead and same thing where I add button text, button one text. Default is button one. Copy that, copy that. Yeah. And let's do the same for button two. Okay. And right, so you get the idea. I mean, you could come here and right, I could put a is there like a link? No, link, not list. I want uh link. Create a link, button one URL, get the idea. So there's button one URL. So then again, you come to your button, and for the content, we want button one text connect. For button two, we want button two text connect. And let's just say for button one, for the link here, I'll zoom in a little bit. Don't get sick. Click on that. Button one URL is ready to go. So that is a component within a component. I think that should work. Oh, it's part of the intro component. So if I come to a new page, add a new page, and quickly call it test page. Let's open up our components. Let's open the intro. And there's our intro. And we have, if I click on it, we have the heading, accent text, and the description text, as well as the icon. But then also it looks like I don't see it in the little drop down. It'd be interesting if it showed it like CTA, but I can click on this and it doesn't indicate it in the structure panel, but I am in the button and I can edit my content, get started. If I could spell, it's really important I do that. Right. Okay. So, right. So then there's a URL for the first field. You get the idea. So that is our, and if I just do intro, now I think you could also, I probably won't do it, but you can go back and like set display properties like for hidden or invisible, visible or hidden rather. And you could put that on like the buttons so that you hide them and you just have your intro. But again, I can come on to the intro, do my left align one, do my grid. You'd have to play with this other part of the component. I don't know if you can delete that. No, modify component. See, it shows breadcrumbs that it's like part of intro. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I might be doing this wrong too. But anyway, you get the idea. And yeah, so that's that. So let's take this back to oops, not I don't want to modify, I just want to go to center. And then let's make another component. Let's do the feature section with the card. All right, I'll try and get through this quickly because I know that no pun intended, everyone's busy. So let's get out of section. Oops, let's do section, and we'll create a card. Let's do like a div in here. This will be um, card. Card. Let's put an icon. Let's put a heading, paragraph, and a button. Button. We're going to do button action. and I probably will just kind of call it soon because this is, you kind of get the idea. But again, there's our card heading. Set that to H3. This is my card description text. And didn't want to add 2 buttons, just one. But again, we can come into here and style this whole thing out. I don't know why. Oh, it's because I keep forgetting the flex direction. I think that was one of the things I was supposed to set up in the beginning that I didn't do right. Gap M. Am I losing my mind? Gap M? Space M? Okay, space M. Oh my lord. Long day, long week. Happy Friday, everyone. All right. So right, so there's my card, and we can go to the grid or the container, go to layout, go to grid. And I think again we can componentize it like where I changed the layout here from grid 3.2 to center. Probably do the same with any of these things. But yeah. I don't know, let's just do that. And duplicate. Well, see, we've duplicated before we've created the component. So let's just do this. And yeah, so let's just create component. Let's do card, modify component, styles. We could add another style. We could do like a dark card and a light card. And yeah, so do with that. So we need to add settings. Card heading. Oh, copy and pasting. Okay. Anyway, you get the idea. So let's just maybe call it there. I mean, who is anyone actually watching at this point? Hopefully you get the idea. I'd like to do more of these. I might, build out some frames to use in Cwicly. I don't know. I don't really have any client projects that are calling for Cwicly right now, but I want to use components. So let me know what you think, how you're going to be using it. How granular are people going to get? Are people going to be doing this accent heading as a single component? I mean, are they going to do each button as one component? They're going to do dual button as a whole component. I'm curious how it's going to be implemented, and yeah, looking forward to it. Maybe this is helpful. I doubt it, but anyway, peace. Have a good weekend.